In the Wild West first-person shooter, Outlaws, there is a secret surprise in a toilet, and it's not Mr. Hanky. In the first level, there is an outhouse with a toilet that can be blown up. To destroy it, simply drop a dynamite, down the toilet. If you don't have dynamite, you can enter the cheat code Old Postal to unlock all weapons. Once the toilet is destroyed, crouch down and swim through the lime green sewage. You'll soon find yourself in a mysterious underground tunnel. Keep going forward, and you'll eventually stumble upon this. A UFO. As you go around the UFO, you can hear creepy moaning and high-pitched giggling. And if you go up to this window, you'll witness this. Two aliens holding a saw as they're about to cut a dead cow in half. Just when you think you're about to see more of the horror, an alien immediately slides right in front of you and shuts the window. It's a bizarre and random Easter egg, but according to a YouTube commenter named Reigning Anarchy, it's a reference to the X-Files. This may also be a reference to the disturbing, real-life cattle mutilations where the animal's eyes, ears, tongue, udders, and organs were removed with surgical precision. Blood was also drained, and no footprints or tracks were ever found. These cattle mutilations go as far back as the 1970s, and many think that satanic cults are the ones responsible, while others believe that aliens have been abducting cattle for experiments. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective is a puzzle adventure game developed by Capcom. It came out in 2010 for the Nintendo DS and iOS. In the game, you play as a ghost who has to solve the mystery of his own death. You have the ability to possess corpses and inanimate objects as you try to solve various puzzles. Suffice to say, it has nothing to do with Final Fantasy, and yet for some strange reason, an arrangement of Tifa's theme from Final Fantasy VII can be found in Ghost Trick's files. According to the cutting room floor, the music is not used in Ghost Trick, so it can't be heard through normal gameplay. But why Tifa's theme is even in the game's files is anyone's guess. It's not every day that Nintendo will license its precious properties to other companies, but at one point during the early 1980s, Nintendo allowed a Japanese game company called Hudson Soft to make an officially licensed Donkey Kong game. This was not your typical Donkey Kong game, however. Specifically, it was a Donkey Kong 3 spin-off that was released for a line of Japanese computers known as NEC PC-8801, NEC PC-6601, and Sharp X1. Hudson Soft was known for making PC versions of Nintendo's NES and arcade games, and this resulted in a game called Donkey Kong 3 Dai Gyakushuu, or as it's known, Donkey Kong 3 The Great Counterattack. The game is kind of different and unusual compared to its console and arcade counterparts. In the original Donkey Kong 3, you played as Stanley the Bugman, as you had to shoot bug repellent at flying enemy insects. You also had to protect plants and make sure Donkey Kong doesn't reach you as he climbs down vines from above. The levels took place in several greenhouses, and there were some raised platforms you could jump on. Ultimately, the goal was to either kill all of the bugs, or keep shooting Donkey Kong to make him hit the top of the screen. In the Great Counterattack though, the gameplay is more akin to Galaga, and instead of Donkey Kong climbing down vines, he instead floats down while holding a pair of balloons. There are also no plants to protect, and things like platforms and the jump ability have also been removed. It's unknown why these changes were made, but it's speculated that the complexity of the arcade version of the game was too much for the PC format to handle, so Hudson Soft had to simplify the Great Counterattack for PCs. The oddest change to the game, however, isn't the gameplay, but the background art. Instead of being plain greenhouses like the original, the Great Counterattack takes place at a random highway at night. on a strange bridge, inside a UFO, in space floating above Earth, inside an asteroid belt, Saturn, a mysterious planet, a cave, at an active volcano, at an active crater, the pyramids, and near an atomic bomb explosion. There's also what seems to be the mysterious Nazca Lines of Peru, or as it's scientifically known, on-the-ground picture. The various settings are strange and esoteric, and even the intro stage music is kind of weird and creepy. There's a dreariness to it that makes it a little bit unsettling and ominous. And if that wasn't enough, there's also this.